Hello, hello. This is your girl, Miss Manlovu. I am currently doing a trip from Cape to Cairo. So from South Africa all the way up north to Egypt. We'll be showing you different landscapes, different foods, different cultures, in the hope of sharing some of the beauty, some of the interesting things that you can do when you travel to different countries in Africa. Come join me on the journey. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Let's do this journey together as we learn more about our beautiful African continent. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is your girl, Miss T, signing in from a place with beautiful weather. Hence, I get to wear a t-shirt. So I'm looking for a nice spot to sit while I do today's video, which I hope you will find enjoyable because I will be talking about my favorite city in the whole wide world. I am still to find a city that excites me as much as the beautiful city of Cape Town. And today, I'm just going to invite you in to share the reasons why. Why do I love Cape Town so much? In spite of what you might have heard about South Africa generally, I have visited more than 50 countries at this point, and Cape Town is still my favorite city in the whole wide world. And I think it's because it just offers a whole diversity of things for any type of tourist. Like, I think you'd have to be a major Scrooge or not like warm weather, not to find something that you enjoy about Cape Town. And actually, even if you don't like warm weather, you can go in the winter. Apparently, people ski there. You are unlikely to catch me there at that time of the year because your girl is a sun babe. But yeah. So what I hope to do today is share with you a few things I love about Cape Town. Give me a second. I just need to check my notes again because I know what I love about Cape Town, but in order for me not to be just over excitable as I do this video, because I'm talking about one of my true love cities, I'd written notes so that there's some sort of order in what I have to share. Things not to miss, because Cape Town's got a bit of everything for everybody, like I've said. So first one, I'd say shopping. And so you have lots of different shopping destinations. You have the V&A Mall, which is like the Victoria and Albert Mall, which is by the, I want to say Quayside, but I don't think it's called a Quayside. Or is it called a Quayside? The waterfront. It's at the waterfront. And it's just a lovely shopping experience. They've got a mall. They've got different markets, like craft markets. They've got a lot of options, shopping options there. And then you can go to Canal Walk, which is the fourth biggest mall in South Africa. And trust me, you will be there for hours. Like, they've got everything from like little markets, pop-up stalls, to your like big name shops, like your international shops, to like independent shops, to like your high-end shops. So yeah, you got options. And then if you want more unique pieces, there's like markets scattered all over the city, particularly during weekends. All over the city. At the top of my head, the ones I can think of are at Old Biscuit Mill, and even at the V&A, and then in Green Market, and then in the center of Cape Town. So you've got market, your carts, crafts, clothes, jewelry, like almost anything you can think of. And I think it's called Orangeite It's in Afrikaans, so I don't know how to pronounce it properly. But like they also sell like antiques, so it's like a secondhand market where you can go just pick up like if you're into thrifting and that kind of stuff. And they've got like tons. Like just do a quick Google search on markets around Cape Town. Like if that's your vibe, you got options for days. Second one is, oh, I'll end with my favorites, but everything is fun. Second one I will mention is nightlife. Maybe I should have ended with nightlife. Like after you got all your things done for the day and you just want to put your hair down at the end of the day. But nightlife, there is something for everybody, whether it's just a simple dinner with friends, dates or family, like whatever it is, they've got things for days. So one of the things about Cape Town is like I feel like sometimes it's also a rich people playground, and it's a fun playground because there's just such a diversity of things to do. And like, what do people want to do at the end of the day? They just want to relax. And so what that does for the nightlife as well is the vendors don't come to play. They got you covered. So whether you want a big boogie, you got your Long Street Green Market, Kloof, is it called Kloof Street or like just Kloof? They've got like lots of bars and restaurants. And then there's some like really cool, like specialist bars, around Cape Town as well. So you got your wine bars, you got your whiskey bars, you got your gin bars, you got your cocktail bars, and like they all have like unique setups. I'm more of a bar kind of girl. However, every once in a while, in my younger years, I have been known to shake it too short too. And so like the club scene, Long Street has my shame. Like, guys, there's a bar. Okay, I will confess that this was in my younger days. There's a bar, I think it's called Space Bar, that I went to the night before I was leaving Cape Town. And they have shots, like they have like a whole board list of different types of shots. And I had one called the Miss My Flight. Why was this prophetic to what could have happened or what was going to happen the following day? Like, guys, shame was left on Long Street. Okay, we'll cut that off. But like, yeah, if you want the dancing, hectic. Also, South Africa's got the Amapiano vibes. And so, South Africans aren't playing when it comes to clubbing and nightlife. Like, they're here to show up. Also, actually, South Africans are not waiting for nighttime in order to party. Even during the day, you will find day parties as well. So, like, just look up what's happening in town, or go around Kloof or Long Street, or Green Market. Those are the ones that I can think of at the top of my head. But yeah, nightlife, you got your bars, you got your clubs, you got your restaurants, but I'll cover restaurants with food. So yeah, nightlife, I got you covered. And then next, something more chill, history and culture. So again, Cape Town South Africa as a whole is a place that's rich in culture. And if you didn't know, South Africa used to be an apartheid state. And during that time, there were a lot of prisoners of war that were sent to prison. And one of the biggest prisons was an island called Robben Island. So you can visit Robben Island, which is where like some of the big liberation heroes of South Africa, like Nelson Mandela, David Sisulu, and those are the only two I can think of at the top of my head. But like they were imprisoned in Robben Island, so you get to have a tour around the prison. And the guides are usually like ex-prisoners, so then they get to tell you about life in the prison at the time, what it was like. And also, I think you get to go into the rooms and yeah, just experience what it would have been like, just get a view. And then there's also some like cute penguins on the island. I don't know if that's good or bad, but I guess when I went there, I will admit I found it very tough. But it's definitely worth experiencing just to get some level of understanding of like South African culture and some of the things that have shaped the country to what it is today. And then lots of other cultural activities happening. So you got your theater shows, you've got your dance shows, you got your music shows happening all over the city. Just do a Google search, what's happening this weekend, this week, just to find out more up-to-date information. And then you also have the Zeitz Museum of Contemporary Art, which is close to the V&A at Silo Park. It's like a very interesting building. And yeah, it's supposed to be one of the biggest African contemporary art galleries. So I think that's definitely worth checking out if that's your vibe. And then also visiting Bo-Kaap Museum. It's like a neighborhood where I think it's the Malays, the Cape Malays, went to settle. If you've seen videos or photos of like people in really colorful, with background houses of like really colorful houses, with pictures taken of people with really colorful houses in the background. That's probably in Bo-Kaap. So it will be good to just go and learn a little bit more about the Cape Malay, how they got to South Africa, and just their journey through time and how they have made their way. And also, while you're there, try some Cape Malay food. You will not regret it. It is chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. It's good. Fourth on the line is random adventures. And so, yeah, like, to be honest, Cape Town's got you covered. It's got you covered. So you can hire convertible if you like. Tried that though, and it was hot, and it's not a very nice experience because the sun is hitting you. But either way, it's still an experience. Motorbike riding around, I haven't finished my sentence, Chapman's Peak. So yeah, just driving around Chapman's Peak. It's like a windy road, but on the side you get to see the lovely landscapes of the Cape Town coastline and the beaches, and it is absolutely stunning. If you also happen to go there around sunset, oh my god, you have like some of the best sunset views you've ever experienced in your life. So I highly recommend that. Boat cruises, I'm into like sunset cruises. I'm obsessed with sunsets, guys. Like, let this be known now. Sunset, your girl, 1 and 1. As you can see, my logo's got a bit of a sunset. So yeah. So you can go for a sunset boat cruise, which takes you onto the water, and you get to see the sunset from the middle of the ocean. And then you have like Table Mountain in the background, Lion's Head, Signal Hill. You get to see all of that from the water and watch just the sun go down, the reflections. It's like, take me back right now. Oh yeah. And then the Red Bus Tour. So Cape Town is actually really cool because they have designed 3 bus tour routes where you get to like experience many different parts of Cape Town without necessarily going out on your own. So with the bus tour, there's the Red Bus, which takes you around all the main all the main centers, like all the main touristy destinations. I don't know if that's the right word, but yeah. And then you have the wine route, which takes you to some like vineyards. And then you also have the red route, which takes you around most of the points, the touristy points in Cape Town. And then you have the wine route, which takes you around some vineyards, if I remember correctly. Then you have the blue route, which takes you along the coastline. So you experience the different beaches, Green Point, and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, the red bus, I would highly recommend, particularly on your first or second day, just so that you get a lay of the land and you know where you want to visit later. I would start it early in the morning, because if you time it right, you can actually go on all the buses on one day. So highly recommend. As your budget traveler, here's some tips to save you some money. And then you get to see, first of all, there's an audio that tells you a little bit about the culture and the history, why significant places are important, why certain places are significant or important. And then, yeah, that way you get to decide where you want to go back to. If you want to go up at certain points, you have the opportunity to do that as well. Hello. And then next, you have food. Oh my guys. Like, I apologize. Like, I get excited when I talk about things that I'm really passionate about. And food in Cape Town, guys, they are not sleeping on you. Like, I can't think whether I've had a bad meal in a restaurant in Cape Town. I'm sure there are bad restaurants, but then also I will caveat it by saying I don't live in Cape Town, and every time I go somewhere, it's by recommendation, and therefore that probably also accounts to why I haven't had a bad meal. But they have food for days. Like, they are doing God's work in the culinary world. You have your high end, you have your mid range, you have like your cheapest chips. Seafood in Cape Town is generally really good because it's fresh, coastline, all that kind of stuff. So that's giving you vibes. And then you have lots of food markets. So two I can think of at the top of my head that I would highly recommend are Old Biscuit Mill and Time Out at the V&A. They've got like a variety of different foods that you can try out, and trust me guys, like, in my opinion, everything is delicious. The V&A is like, Time Out at the V&A is more your contemporary kind of high end. If you want to get grungy, like, get some local food or like African food, like variations, I highly recommend go on a Saturday morning to the Old Biscuit Mill when they're still serving food. And then as the day progresses, it just becomes a vibe. You got, what is it called? Sunday sunshine? No. Sunday vibes. Sunday session. No, but it's a Saturday. So it's not Sunday session. Anyway, stuff what I just said. It's a Saturday. So yeah, just go and eat your food on a Saturday at the Old Biscuit Mill. And then, again, they've got so many vineyards around Cape Town, depending on what you're into. I like the views. So I search my vineyard wine tours by view. And there are just so many choices. They usually have restaurants or cheese tasting to go with your wines as well, which is delicious. And yeah, so highly recommend that option. And then the last one around food is cafes. Lots of really cool and quirky cafes you can check out around the city. And again, like, just so much attention to detail that has been paid around creating vibey culinary experiences. So even the cafes, like, they're not playing. First of all, the coffee is great. And then second of all, they have like nice baked goodies. And then the atmosphere is usually just set up for you to just not leave. And then some of the cafes, what I also realize is, okay, you're done with coffee, stay all day, have your food, and then towards the end of the day, we can start to serve you something a little bit harder. So, like some of the cafes actually serve alcohol, which I find quite amusing. So, you can go to a cafe for coffee in the morning or a harder drink later in the day. Uh, and then, my absolute favorite part of Cape Town is what it has to offer in terms of nature. My guys, let me tell you, my guys, like Cape Town nature. Woo! Okay. Let me just talk because you got the mountains. You got your Table Mountain, mountains and hills. So you got your Table Mountain, you got your Lion's Head, you got your Signal Hills. Then you've just got green spaces. For example, Kirstenbosch. I highly, highly recommend if you have time, just go spend some time in Kirstenbosch. If you can go and be there at sunset, guys, you will not regret it. And then just do the skywalk as well at Kirstenbosch. It's like a lovely green nature park reserve. I think that's what I would call it. But it's absolutely beautiful. Like, so much to do. If you're not going on your own, you could even take like little goodies and have a picnic while you're in the park. I also know that sometimes they have concerts there. So if you're lucky enough to be there when there's a concert, get a ticket and just go vibe out. Like, yeah, you will not regret it. And then you've got the beaches. You've got what you call it. Camps Bay is the most famous one. I'm not a massive fan of Camps Bay because I don't like really crowded spaces, but like for the vibe, I can see why people go there. For something that's got a little less people, Noordhoek is also another option, but like there's so many beaches around like Cape Town as a whole. So you can just drive around, find a little cranny where there's not a lot of people, and then just go chill and have a good time. And as if you run out, or you could run out of things to do while you're in Cape Town, I added another little section for things a little further afield that you might find interesting. So you've got the vineyards. Like, you've got vineyards in every direction outside of Cape Town, to be honest. You've got Stellenbosch, you've got Franschhoek, where you can experience the wine tram, which is actually pretty cool. And then you have the garden route. If you have a dedicated driver who's not drinking, they can drive you through like hundreds of vineyards, and you just stop, have a drink, stop, have a drink, stop, have a drink. Cheap as chips, and also like very delicious wines. Like, I think in South Africa has got, they're doing a lot of good work when it comes to how they make their wines. So like, yeah, you can try out a lot of really good wines. And also, actually, if you are a wine drinker, take it as an opportunity to learn more about how one of your favorite drinks is created. Because you then get an understanding of like the different grape varieties that they use, the different fermentation processes, the different materials, and all that kind of stuff, which is actually pretty interesting. And then you can also join in those douchey, ooh, what do I get when you're having your wines? And then you can also go to Boulders Beach and check out the penguins, which is quite cool. And then if you do go to Boulders Beach, on your way back, you can stop at Kalki's, which was like, it's in I think Kalki's is in Simonstown. So Kalki's is like a fish cafe. No. Kalki's is in Kalks Bay, and Kalks Bay is a fishing town, and so there's a lot of like you can buy fresh fish, but like Kalks Bay has got some of the best seafood I've ever tasted. It it's not necessarily, it doesn't look like your pretty restaurant, but like the food, dude, guys, it's some of the best seafood I've ever had in my life. So I highly recommend it. And then sometimes on the bay, you can also see seals, which can be a little bit scary, to be honest. But hey, you get to experience seals. And then you can drive down to Cape of Good Hope, the lowest most point in Africa, I think. But anyway, Cape of Good Hope. And then you can go up to the top, just check out the views, absolutely stunning. And then if you're really adventurous, you can also go whale watching or cage shark diving. So yeah, you've got options for days in terms of activities you can do in Cape Town and around Cape Town. Let me know what are your favorite, what you've tried, what you'd like to try. And please, if you haven't already, don't forget to join the journey, subscribe, like, and share with anyone you think might be interested in this video. Juices.